Hey everybody, it's Dan from the Outdoor Trade Show Network. It is Sunday night. It's time for We Care You Matter. And tonight I want to talk about, I think everybody knows, but I would like to put my 2 cents worth in. Please, if you haven't voted, make sure that you vote on Tuesday. It's one of the most important things that you can do is to make sure that you vote. And I guess my message tonight is just that. Make sure that you take the time or that you do your due diligence or whatever it is that you have to do, but make sure that you vote on Tuesday. I think that's one of the most important things that we can do as a citizen here in the United States is that we have the right to vote for whoever we choose to vote for. And I think that that's very important. I don't know, I guess what I wanted to kind of share with everybody is I live in a small town in the Midwest. And we live a really nice life here. I can't say anything bad. I live in a great place. I have a nice life, and a lot of that has to do with I live in the United States of America, and I'm proud of the fact that I do that, and that we can vote every 4 years or every 2 years for president and for our Congress people, and that we get to elect the people that represent us and that help make this country what it is. And I just wanted to share that. I want to make sure everybody gets out and votes. Vote for, hopefully you did your due diligence. You vote for someone that shares your values and shares the direction that you would like to see things go. And that's the great part about this is that we have a chance to vote for someone that shares in our beliefs, someone that shares in our ideas, someone that shares in the way that we feel that this country should be run. And another thing I'd like to share is this, is whoever wins and whoever loses, you've got the next 4 years to figure out how to improve things or change things, to vote or to have representation that is the way that you look. And with the violence and the stuff that goes on, there's no reason for it. There's no reason for any of it at all. It's you need to do your part to work to achieve whatever it is that you're looking to achieve in this world. You need to work towards that. And I guess that was the other thing that my part with the voting and politics and everything else that has to do with that is I always want to ask people that are complaining and that are upset with how things are, what are you doing to improve yourself? What are you doing to improve your community? What are you doing to improve everybody's lives around you? And I guess that's where I want to start with that is we need to improve ourselves. We need to be able to help people that need help around us. And we need to make a better effort at being better citizens ourselves. And I think it starts there, not with a lot of the other things that I see going on. That doesn't accomplish anything. And it doesn't make life better for you or for people around you. And what I wanted to say is, win or lose, whoever you voted for, if they didn't win, then you have 4 years to work towards making your candidate or that you're thinking. You need to work at that. You need to put some effort into that, and you need to congratulate or shake the hand of those that don't agree with you. I have a lot of people in my life that I don't agree with. They don't vote the way I vote, but they're still my friends, and I still love them dearly. And I think we can all do that. So, and something else that I wanted to share with everybody is this: is that the one thing that I'm upset about with where we're at today, with the technology that we have and how crazy things can get running up. And it's been like that as long as I can remember. Everybody says this is the greatest election. This is the election that'll change. No, that's been going on as long as I can remember. Every 4 years we hear the same thing about how if you don't vote for this person, oh my God, it's going to be horrible and terrible. No, it goes like that every 4 years, everybody. But what I would like to say is this. With what I'm doing here, there's a lot of other people out there that with the technology today is that you can go live on the internet. You can go live across the world by hitting a button, doing some programming. You look at YouTube, you look at Facebook, there's all these live broadcasting avenues. And there's a lot of people out there that are really good at doing this. I'm hopefully one day I'll get there to where I could say that I'm, that I'm respectable at doing this. That's why I guess I keep doing this. So hopefully one day, so that I can get better. But what I would like to see the candidates do, and this is where I want to go with this from tonight onward, is if you're looking to be in Congress, you're looking to be the president of the United States, or you're looking to represent the people of your district or this country, is that you should be able to sit down on a forum like this, and there's a lot of them out there now on YouTube, and you should be able to talk to. I have a lot of questions that I would like to ask that has never been asked of any of the people that are running for president, running for Congress, running for the Senate, running for our local. And I did talk to a few of the local ones. I need to get them in here. But we could sit here for hours. I mean, this will go on for hours. We're plugged in and we're up and running. And we can ask questions. We can do a live broadcast. And we can ask, and we can be respectable. We can do it as grown adults, but we can have a conversation that questions that I have are answered. And when people say stuff that's not true, I would like to, I've got some really good people that are involved with me here. I've got, with Pat and with Tim and Nick, and I've got some really smart young guys that are involved with what I'm doing here. And they could sit there with their laptop and they could fact check. So when somebody says something that we all know when they said it, it's not true. You just made a statement that was you're flat out lying. You're flat out looked at the camera and told a direct lie. Where we can say, "Oh, stop. Why did you just lie? Why did you just make a statement that's not true?" Because we can fact check and we can say to them, now, why would you do something like that? You're supposed to be above. You're supposed to be representing all of us. I'm not looking at lying to everybody out there. I'm not looking to tell things that aren't true. So why should the people that we elect or the people that represent us in Congress and as our president, why should they be able to tell lies? And on both sides, it goes both ways. It's gotten to where there's comments are made, things are said, things are done, that it doesn't have to be that way today. Today, we have the technology that you could call people out. You can literally sit here. And when I watch the presidential debates, you got 2 minutes. No, you got 2 hours. You got 20 hours. We can sit here and we can go back and we could talk this through like grown adults, like people that care, that truly care and want answers to real serious questions that are out there. And we can sit here and talk about it. We can ask, why did you just make that comment? Why would you say something that I know is false, you know is false? What was the reasoning behind the comment that you just made? And to call them out and to actually make them answer questions that I would like answers to. And we can sit here today and do that. And I would like from after Tuesday's election, that if you are going to represent us, the public, in this United States of America, that we can do broadcasts, that you're going to have to sit and you're going to have to talk on a live broadcast and actually explain yourself and talk to people about what you truly are doing and your true feelings, and that everybody can watch it. Because I have been so discouraged with what I watched with the elections that we have going on, and nobody sat down with any, and it's all of us. We all need to get together and say that the status quo is not acceptable. That you could sit here and you can talk, just like a couple of people talking about what's going on and what's real and what's not real out there. And I want to know exactly who you are. And the way that happens is that if you're not allowed to just tell lies and walk away, and if you have to answer for things, that you've done. I know I have to answer for things that I've done. I can't walk around and tell, just spew whatever I feel like spewing and then walk away and not be called out and have to answer to it. And that goes both ways, and that goes for everybody, is you need to be accountable for who you are and what you are. You need to be accountable for what direction you're trying to take this country. And that is done by sitting here and talking. And we could fact check what your statements, we could go back and look at and actually dig down in and not do it in a bias. No, just a general conversation of why are you running? Where are you going with this country? How do you see things falling into place? Is there, ask the real questions, and I want real answers. And we should be able to do that today with everything, with Facebook Live and YouTube Live and Spotify and the podcasts. And there's so many good people that do podcasts. And that you can talk to the people that are looking to represent us in Congress. And we need to, as a citizenship, as the people that they represent, we need to make them accountable. And there's an easy way. They can't dodge us anymore. You have to come and sit down with, like myself or a lot of others out there that are doing podcasts, and you need to sit down and you need to talk about where things are at, where things are going, and that we need to demand that as citizens. We need to demand that as the voting public, that we are able to have conversations, and we need to keep them civil. And we need to treat this in a way of respect, a mutual respect between each other. And I just wanted to get that out tonight. I've been waiting for this whole 4, 5, 6 months leading up to this, and I watch all the podcasts. I enjoy the podcasts. Everybody that's out there that does podcasts that are so good, and they do such a great job. And you don't bring your agenda. If you're actually going to have, if you're going to host someone that's running for Congress or the Senate or whatever branch of the government that represents us, is that you need to come at it as the guy that's walking down the street that sees the person and says, hey, I'd really like to ask them some questions, and I'd really like to have answers to those questions. And that's I guess that's where I got really upset with this whole thing is just in that, is that the technology is here today, the tools are here today, that these candidates, these people that are supposedly going to represent us in the different branches of government, and they're not sitting down and talking to us in a way like this, that we can find out who they are, and we can really ask questions that aren't being asked, and for some reason nobody wants to ask those questions, or it's all orchestrated and you have to no, man, because we don't know where these are going to go. But we're going to be civil, we're going to be nice, because people ask questions on here, and I can look at questions that are being asked, and that's where the whole broadcast is going to go, is the interaction. And in the statements that you make, and when we fact check, because I'll have somebody here, Tim or Nick or Pat or, some of the young guys, and they can fact check. And it's just a conversation of where we talk about what's real and where are we actually going as a country, because, I would like to know. And I think that it's 2020, the technology is here. And I think that as citizens of this country, and we're working and we're trying and we're striving to do better, that we should at least be able to do that. We should be able to at least. I'll respect you, but you need to respect me as a citizen, that you can sit down. And I guess they call them town halls, but I don't want people getting nasty on these. I just want to have a conversation. I would just like to talk to them. And when they spew lies, I want to be able to say, because it's so much of this is, they're actually lying. The statements that they make, and nobody calls anybody out. At both sides, it runs. This runs not one side or this goes. It's straight across the board, straight across the board with the lying and making statements that are so false that all you got to do is you get your computer, you go to Google, and it's all the facts are right there. You just do a search, and the facts are there, and nobody's calling anybody out on this stuff, and that's where I got upset because we have the technology today that we don't have to put up with that anymore. We don't have to listen to that crap. And if they have to answer, truly tell the truth and answer to just a regular citizen that would like to have answers, I got a feeling their answers would be a whole lot different. You know, we would actually really find out who someone is. And I'm just upset that we never had that. With all the podcasts and all the technology that's out there, that these candidates, and it's across the board, did not sit down with just a regular citizen. Come on in. You can sit down here. We can go to that table back there. You just sit down. We can have a conversation. People can ask questions here, and we can really learn who you are and what you are and what you're all about. But still, that doesn't change the fact of you have to go vote on Tuesday. You have to go vote on Tuesday. As a citizen of this country, you have not only the right, but you have the responsibility to vote. To vote. It's that's what makes this the greatest country in the world, is that we vote and we have elections and we hold people accountable, and it's so important to vote. And then, but what we seem to be losing, and we don't hear, where I'm at here in Evansville, hey, we got people that we don't agree with. We shake hands at the end of the day, or say, hey, I'll get you in 4 years, or that's the extent of it. There's not the rioting and just the terrible things that have been going on or that we've been seeing on TV. It doesn't happen here. Like I said, I'm here in the middle. I'm in a small town in the Midwest, and I have a nice life. I have a great life. I guess I wanted to tell you that. I have a great life. And the other thing I wanted to, this week I went to 2 wakes. I had my cousin Chris and a dear friend of mine that passed away due to cancer. And, that's a terrible thing. And I just, one of the things that I talked to my uncle and my cousin Matt about is that we need to appreciate every day. We need to appreciate, like I said, I appreciate where I'm at. I appreciate what I'm doing here. We're making ammo, man. We're making ammo. I love making ammo. I got all these little gadgets. I make my animal drags, and I got deer hunting coming up here. So guys are ordering animal drags. I'm making animal drags, making ammo. We got orders going out. I'm still looking for primers. If somebody could please find me some primers, I would be very appreciative. I make some ammo in the morning, get a little bit sent out, and then I spend the rest of the day looking for components. But it'll come around. We'll come around. The machines are working really nice. I checked it. We've been doing some shooting, testing. The stuff is nice. It shoots really nice. The groups are great. The groups are really tight. The 9mm, it shoots we're at about 1,000 feet per second with our 9mm loads. They shoot nice groups, nice and tight. So our ammo, we got our ammo dialed in right now. Now I need components. We got the ammo dialed in so we can fill orders. And I just wanted to share that with everybody. Please make sure you vote. Let's hold people that are looking to represent us in our between our executive branch and our legislative branch. I would like to sit down and talk to them in this format. You can ask questions, and that's where it goes. We have questions. We just sit down and we talk about things. And that I think we should be able to demand as voting citizens, that from elections from this day forward, is that you're going to have to do podcasts. And you're not going to tell me what I can and can't do. There's no, well, you can't talk about this, or you can't do that, or you can't ask this. No, we're going to talk. We're going to talk about the direction of the country. We're going to talk about what you've done, and we're just going to talk. We're just going to talk. If you want to represent me, I think we need to have a conversation. I need to know a little bit more who you are and what you represent. And that I wanted to share with everybody. I guess I'm playing with my box of primers here. And with that, join me next week for We Care You Matter. Hopefully, we'll have some more ammo to sell. I can actually start taking some orders here. I don't want to take orders right now. And where you go for that is Red Legion Munitions, because we don't, right now I'm just taking care of some people that ordered quite a while back. And I don't, if anything, we'll put you on a purchase order. But right now I need primers. You can give me primers, I can get a lot of ammo loaded and sent out. So I need primers right now, but I also need you as a customer. And I want you to stay tuned in to what we're doing here. We'll start getting this ammo so we can get it sent out. And I guess with that, I want to say thank you. Join me next week, and I hope that and please vote. You have to vote on Tuesday. It's just so important that all of us vote for your candidate or whoever you feel represents is how you'd like the country to be run. So with that, I want to say thank you, and join me next week.